back. It's going to be UFC week. We're mostly talking about Trevor Peek because Trevor Peek's just down the road to Pisgah, Alabama, and he just got a contract to UFC. Did anybody watch that?
Congratulations!
That's awesome. You didn't watch it?
Nope. Didn't. I'm so prepared.
Oh yeah. Well, this is kind of a spur of the moment. Trevor Peek started out. I watched it. I've watched all these fights now. It's been 8 years coming that he's been training for this, and his first fight, he was fighting, and he was not super prepared for the on the ground stuff, grappling. So just like fight 2, fight 3, fight 4, all the way up to the end, he learned that there. He's a scrapper. He just takes it to the face, and you hit him, he hits you back harder. He always
keeps going.
My gosh, he's got a punch. They talk about him being a hard hitter, and he is.
I believe it.
He knocked out 2 or 3 in that last fight. He won the first round. He got waylaid pretty good. He thought he broke his jaw, but he didn't break it. Came out the second round and wore the guy out. Guy on top of him and started pounding him, and that was it.
He's good.
Welcome to the UFC, buddy.
Let's see, I know he's in the same weight division as Patty the Batty.
Uh-oh.
Patty the Batty.
Yeah.
All right.
So he's in the same weight division as him, and he's a
division?
bad man. Lightweight.
Lightweight.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's a bad man. So.
But
if you look at both of their come-ups,
yeah,
it's very similar.
Is it?
Yeah, very similar.
Trevor also has a come to God meeting. He talks about that. His last meeting, he said he thanks God. He don't live up to the standard he should, but he's working on that every day. And he's just an influence to say that you ain't got to give up. If you've struggled in life before, you're not done. Keep working, you get better.
That's right.
And just being his relationship with God, how it's grown, and just his backstory is huge. No matter how far he goes, he gives people around here hope. We live close to Meth Mountain. We've got all this stuff going on.
Yeah.
You had struggles before. You had addictions before. Keep working at it. Get out of those things. Get out of away from the people. Find you something else to put your power and your time and effort into.
Yeah, freedom's available.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, it's available.
Who's y'all's favorite UFC? I'm a Conor McGregor guy. I mean,
like we going all time or right now?
Anytime.
I liked Anderson Silva.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Kent Shamrock, he's still fighting?
No, he's not fighting anymore, but he was a good one.
He was a wrestler too, wasn't he?
I think so.
Brock Lesnar, was he one of them?
Yeah, he was a one. I like Brock Lesnar.
What did Joe Rogan do? Was he a fighter too?
I don't know if he ever. I don't think he ever fought. I think he just kind of trains. I think he does like jiu-jitsu just for the heck of it.
Okay.
He has a podcast.
I never got into
podcast and he's a comedian.
Yeah,
because you forget that he's a comedian.
He's funny though.
He is. And then I like what's his face whenever it all first started getting kind of famous. Chuck Liddell.
Iceman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when my brother came home. I was young. This has been around a long time before it got big, and he brought home and said, "Anything's you can do anything." It's right here, and he come in. I think the Tank Abbott.
there's no rules.
He loved it because my brother he liked fighting and stuff, and he loved doing that stuff.
Kill them all.
And he did that right there, and they come out and anything when I can't remember if Shamrock was in it. Tank Abbott was in, but he liked Tank because Tank wasn't like ripped up like a lot of them. He was just a big like beer drinking man. And come up there, you punched him. He didn't go down. He's like
that's just in the beginning of it.
That was the very beginning. It was
back before they start learning techniques and strategies and.
They still had some of them. Some of them was black belts and all that stuff they could make. But you had the black belt guy against the barroom brawler, and that was just fun to watch. And now that all of them are kind of professional fighters now. You got to know a little bit of everything. Then you didn't. You just had the big beast guy, like Brock Lesnar, come up there and just.
Oh gosh,
just
spear you and.
Yeah, you stood up with him. You got hammered.
If he gets you on the ground, you're done.
Yeah. So it's fun to watch. And now we.
But like the only thing about UFC that I don't like is it's hard for me to commit to pay money to watch it. Whenever sometimes it could be a 3-second fight.
Yes.
I know you get all the prelims and all that kind of stuff, and that's good. But you've only bought the fight for that one fight. And then it's like a 3-second fight. You're like, really? I stayed up till midnight for 3 seconds.
In high school, we pitched in and bought a Mike Tyson fight.
Dude, I was about to say, boxing
that's first round
could
right
be
there.
The same
26
way.
seconds.
That's first round.
And all of us, we in the Kegels, all of us poor boys put our money
How
in.
mad was y'all?
We was just like dumbfounded.
Really?
We know $20 to us at that time was like lunch money for 3 weeks. And we all threw our money in.
It's like we're starving, boys.
We just stood there with a blank face, like, how did?
Have you guys seen the? I've seen it on TikTok. It's Mike Tyson doing the. He's like doing the commercials. Join me with Peter Bertolini on Comcast cable. It's like no, it's Comcast cable, Cox Communication. It's so good. It's so good.
We would.
Mike Tyson. I don't mean to
It's
be
like-
bad by
it's
this.
like-
So
Don't beat us up, please.
yeah, please.
Leave your
please don't
tiger
beat
in
me
the
up.
cage. We did not.
I used to like boxing. I did
Yeah.
like it. Lennox Lewis, I think,
Lennox
was the
Lewis.
last. After he got done, I was kind of pretty much done with
Yeah.
boxing, fighting in general. I watched some UFC that come on.
I stuck up
It's
with
good, but
boxing, like with Manny Pacquiao.
I just always Tyson. Tyson's the only person.
I
who
never
really
did the lightweights. I always liked the heavyweight fighters.
Yeah.
Is what I liked.
George
better,
Foreman.
I guess.
You watch some of him?
Mhm.
I like George Foreman.
I've watched a bunch of their fights, like on YouTube and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But
I
of
think
course, that was before my time.
even the UFC. Me and Amy. It was last year at the beach. Conor McGregor's fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We bought it. It
Is
was
this the one where he broke his
He
leg?
broke his leg.
Yeah, I bought it
so
too.
we was at the beach, in the hotel room, and we come in early and bought it. And his fight didn't come on about 10:15,
Right.
10:30. So we said it watched other. And the one with the green hair who got his
Oh my gosh.
he got his face beat in for like 5 rounds, and but he got called up at the last second. He wasn't a big time fighter yet. And he said, "Hey, you want to fight this guy?" He said, "Yeah." And now he's famous because he
Yeah,
took a
he is.
pounding. And
He just stood there.
he lost.
And he never got knocked out.
no.
Like, the whole entire time, I was like, this guy's about to get knocked out.
He's still fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
He's a big time guy now. I can't
Yeah.
Okay.
remember his
I
name.
can't either, but you talk about his Twitter page. One day it was like 100 followers. Next day it was like 250,000.
Because it's like,
Viral.
one day he's got green hair, next day it's like pink. I mean,
Uh,
but he's like he almost reminds you of a Conor McGregor.
Yes.
He's got that same body type. Like,
But he
except
don't- he
he's
doesn't-
lankier.
He doesn't have the walk,
No,
though.
he don't. He don't. And then Conor McGregor goes down.
Oh my god, I love it though. He said, "I don't call the fight. Don't call the
Yeah,
fight."
he was still wanting to fight.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you can't even stand up.
Yeah. Speaking of broke legs, you watched the tackle last
You showed me this morning.
well, it was last week's morning.
Yeah, last week's morning.
Yeah, it was the Texas Tech guy broke his leg. Did you notice the bone came out of his leg?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that till Amy pointed it out.
That's the same thing that happened to the Alabama guy a few years back. Tire
Pro? Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Let's see, I remember
Ugh.
basketball whenever the kid from Louisville
Yeah.
during the NCAA tournament. He just jumped up in the air, landed,
Came
didn't even
down.
land wrong. Just landed and it just,
Leg buckled. Yeah.
ugh.
It doesn't matter. I mean, just any little twitch.
It's crazy how
Mhm.
you're just like one
Second way.
thing away from your life just going to crap.
Bone coming out of your leg. Your life is crap.
Yeah.
Your life's going to crap
Oh
because,
my gosh.
I mean, gosh, how bad would that suck?
It would. It would. Speaking of sucking, we have a giveaway today.
Oh yeah. Is it a vacuum cleaner?
No,
We got a rainbow vacuum cleaner.
we are sponsored again by Posh Hair Salon, and
Uh-oh.
we got some more hair products. I'm going to show you a picture. Just like, subscribe, and
So how did you do this on purpose? That the podcast we talk about fighting is the one you're giving away the Posh Hair Salon stuff.
no, I would never do that. But last time it was UFOs because they're out of this
I would never
world.
do that. So what's your
Yeah.
thing for this one?
This
It'll
one
knock
is
your hair
it'll knock
out.
your hair out.
Look, it did for Mikey.
Oh my gosh. Amy got tired of coming home. You know how you do something all day at work and you come home, you're like, hey, can you do my hair? She's like, I've done hair all day. I don't do your hair. It's like, oh, that's fine. I ain't got to worry about it anymore. I just do it.
Yeah,
It's gone.
I just do my own.
And I was losing it anyway.
What is it for you? She wants you to check the mail or something? You're like, I'm not bringing your mail.
Well, it's like going up and getting boxes out of the attic or something. I do
I
boxes,
move
all
boxes
day.
long. I
Yeah.
don't bring
Now
boxes.
you want to bring the Christmas stuff
Yeah.
down?
That's just gonna be like you when you have to lecture Mikie. It's like,
Yeah,
I preach for a living. I don't want to preach to my
I
daughter.
already preached to the
I
church.
preach to the church.
You were there.
Yeah.
What about you singing last week? What about that?
Yeah. What's up with that?
I don't
You
know
giving-
what happened with
Giving
that.
some lessons?
I don't know.
Well,
That,
you want to do
that wasn't
blessed,
me.
blessed assurance to
No, I
everybody?
better not. I better not.
Do it.
No.
Let it roll.
No, I better not. That was a spirit-led thing.
That was good stuff.
And back to Posh Hair Salon. Like, subscribe, comment. We need some comments. We had the viewership has dropped down a little bit, so get that going. We also got the book. He Still Speaks. We're going to draw that. I'll post the winner on the podcast. You'll see who won. So anyway, back to UFC. It'll knock your hair out.
It will knock your hair. There's a
Kabang.
movie, Warrior. I think.
Warrior,
Yeah.
yes.
That's a
The
good
teacher.
Yeah.
Movie. Yeah.
And then he starts fighting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good movie.
That is a good movie.
What about the one with Kevin James in it?
Oh, here comes the boom.
Here comes the boom.
Yeah.
That's a good
Watch
movie.
that one.
It's
That's
a
one of
funny
the best
one.
movie.
It's a funny one,
Oh man,
but it's still good.
that is hilarious.
It's got some
Who's that
famous
guy?
fighters in
He's
it.
got a great fighter in it. I can't remember his name, Rob, because we wasn't prepared to talk about that. That just came out.
Right.
Yeah.
It ain't Liddell. It's Ken.
Oh, it's because he used to be a wrestler.
Ken
And Shamrock. That's what I
it was
told you.
Shamrock.
Oh, and Shamrock.
Anyway, but he goes through and they're going to shut down the music program, and so he's like trying to raise money, and nobody's going to throw money up. So he found out that he could do UFC fighting,
Yeah.
and even if he loses, make a lot of money. So he just starts losing fights, but then he starts
Could you do
winning.
that?
What's that?
Stand in a ring and get
No.
pulverized for money.
No,
I would. I think so.
I
Depending
don't
on
think
who's
I
money.
could.
How much money would it take?
Hurts
Well-
too much.
$1 million?
Oh, I do it for $1 million.
Yeah.
I get
Oh,
pulverized
yeah.
for $1 million.
But I mean, you're not starting out with $1 million.
Well, who
You
is
got to work your way up to $1 million, and you
Conor-
got to win.
Conor McGregor boxed? Who was the one he boxed? Floyd Mayweather.
Oh yeah, that was an easy fight.
He won $20 million
Just
to
to get
lose.
beat, and he came out of that fight looking perfectly fine.
Oh yeah, that was no big deal at all. He's like, oh, I'm a fighter. He boxed me. He got me. What do you do? Now fight me UFC, and he beat the crap out of him.
Right.
But he walked away $20 million richer. I think he was in an airplane with the suitcase open, showing the cash.
It's crazy.
I think I would do that. Yes, I'm in. Sign me
I
up.
would do that because you can
20
run away the
million's
whole
different,
time.
but would you do it for 1,000?
No.
Do it for
Unless it.
5,000?
Are you talking
Money
about?
speaks.
Are you talking about me getting out there and getting pummeled by somebody that's professional, or are you talking about me getting out there and fight with somebody my own?
No, you're gonna get pummeled.
Well, I don't really want to get pummeled.
Okay, I'm probably not going to fight Conor McGregor
No.
for $5,000
Because I am very.
because I'm going to walk away and just be like, this $5,000 is going straight to the hospital.
Yeah.
Like,
Uh,
I made absolutely nothing.
And I'm not going to try to lose. I'm not going to lay down. They will not, and I'll get knocked out. I mean, it's pretty sure. If it's
I would rather just get choked out than get beat up.
No, he's
Just
gonna-
choke me out. Just the easiest.
They got because look at me. I'm stumpy. They're going to have the reach. Not many people are going to. They're
just gonna jab you to
Craig can hit
death.
me from here. I mean,
I just curl up in a ball. I would curl up in a ball.
I don't,
Please don't.
I don't
Please
think that's
don't.
gonna
Please
work.
don't. I surrender.
Tap out.
Hey guys, out there, tell me your best UFC fighter. I don't know. Thanks to Trevor, I'm getting involved. I'm watching more fights. I love watching him because where I deliver at, I got Miles Peak out there. Miles he's fighting. He's coming up and fighting in Chattanooga or Nashville. I'll post that also. I think it's his second fight, and he helps Trevor train. Trevor started training in his backyard.
That's
Then
crazy.
he started going to Chattanooga and stuff and training. So Miles is up there, Blake Peak's up there. I mean, I delivered to a lot of these guys, so I knew of him anyway, because Miles had talked to me. Because Miles fought last year in Rainsville. And it was a night that I couldn't go, because he was going to give me tickets for me and a trip to go. But I couldn't get, it was like one of those UPS heavy times.
Right.
And I was like, there's no way I can be there by that time.
Yeah.
By the time I went home, got everybody ready. So I knew of Trevor. So now that he's doing this, I just kind of gradually kept up with him, and now I'm going to start watching him more, and I want to know more about UFC. So tell me who your favorite UFC fighter, who I should look at, because I'm going to YouTube these guys. I love watching. Amy loves watching it. So it's a thing we can do as a family. I think
Right.
Amy has a crush on Conor McGregor. Stupid
Figures.
Irish man.
She'll find
What are you
it.
going to do about it?
She'll find
Like,
another one.
I mean, I don't think Conor McGregor's coming to my house.
Well, if he did, what was you going to do about it? There she is.
We in
Well, he
Alabama.
done said he's not gonna just bow down.
No, I'll
Man.
fight it. Well,
Yeah, he'll fight him.
I don't like losing. I will cheat.
Hey, whatever you got to do.
I mean,
It's UFC.
it,
Remember? He said anything goes.
nunchucks with barbed wire. He may have a
See,
defense
what
against
is that?
I don't
What is
know.
it called? I remember that show that used to come on, used to be on Spike TV.
No.
And it was like, and it was UFC before UFC was just like crazy. I'm sure they still do it. But if you won it, there's
Yeah.
like 10 fighters, and if you won, you got a UFC deal.
Okay, wow.
Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, Ultimate Fighter. One of the guys that was on that won it fought last week.
Okay.
I can't think of his name. I should have prepared better for this. Sorry, guys.
Well,
But we just kind of was going to talk about Trevor. Then you just kind of get on a.
because I remember watching that growing up, and your coaches for each team. So there's like 10 for each color, and your coaches for each team are UFC fighters.
BJ Penn was one of the. I love BJ Penn.
Yeah. And
It's
Rampage
like a
Jackson
reality
was
show
one of
for
them.
fighters.
Pretty
Yes.
much, yeah.
Okay.
And then you have no idea who's going to fight each week. The coach just picks them.
Yeah.
And the opposite coach, like if they win their little whatever's going on, like whatever game they're playing, they get to pick who they want to fight and who they want their person to fight.
Got you.
Yeah.
It's a reality show
Yeah.
for
Then
fighters.
if you
Pretty much, that's how it
lose,
is.
you're out.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So you didn't want, because you kind of knew too your level of competition. So if you had to fight somebody who's good at grappling, you had no defense yet because you came there to learn grappling defense, and you knew right off the bat that you had to fight that dude. You kind of knew like, I'm out.
And they've got the different levels of the UFC fighting, right?
Right.
So when you say Trevor P he signed his contract, that's the actual ones that's on TV and stuff
Yeah.
like that. What we went to, what was that?
That was
I mean,
probably
it was a type of
like-
it, but it's a lower level.
That's probably just
right?
like MMA.
Well, all of us in MMA.
It's all probably like a
It's all mixed martial arts.
Yeah, he had an
what's the word
AFC
I'm
belt.
looking for?
AFC.
AFC.
Okay.
Amateur.
And that's what came around here.
Yes.
That's been in Rainsville.
Right.
That we went to and saw
Yes.
him doing that.
So I think he won that division. Then he moved up another division. I think it's the same thing, but you just fight better
Another rank
competition.
of
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah, and because he started fighting, one dude had been in the UFC, and kid came down, and he beat him. So that was kind of like his like.
That was how it got on the map.
Well, it's kind of like whoa. Then last week,
That was his wake-up call to fighting, huh?
last week he fought in Vegas. I mean, Joe Rogan was there. You know, that was
That's pretty awesome.
Dana White was there. I think Joe Rogan was there. Was he? I think he was there. Dana was there because you could see his reaction, and they all loved him. They loved it. You know, down home, Alabama. The interviews was all. You know, you could tell he was doing it at Pisgah, Alabama. You know, it was just surreal seeing a guy in a little small town. And Trevor's kind of like us. He talks like us.
Yeah.
He's not pretending to be somebody he's not. So if you can get a chance on his YouTube,
It's awesome.
watch his interviews. I love watching them.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually did get to see him fight in person about 2 years ago. He was the main event, and of course
He knocked the guy out.
I can't remember, but it didn't last long. Probably my favorite fighter that week though was or that day was Big Sexy. You remember that?
Yes. He had a mullet.
Yeah.
Was he wearing the pit vipers?
Yeah. Big Sexy. And I think he like downed a beer or whatever.
Oh, man.
I can't remember.
It was
He
almost
won,
like a
but-
mix of
Right?
UFC and wrestling.
Oh,
is what
yeah.
it seemed like. It like the
Yeah.
promoters, all the different. I mean, it was really
Yeah.
entertainment.
Yeah.
It was
And what's
really
crazy
good.
is there was this one guy we saw.
Like they all have their little clubs. I think there was more than just one
Yeah.
fighter out of Pisgah.
Right.
I
Oh yeah.
mean, because I've gone there before, and it's like I don't know what their little fighting club is called or whatever, but
Right.
it's Pisgah, Alabama, blah 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 blah. blah. And there's a little group of the fighters that come out together. I guess they train together.
What's crazy is there was one guy there. He was like cut up, looked the part, and I was like, "Yeah, this guy's about to win." And he,
Get hammered.
oh yeah, and it's like, what the crap?
Yeah. Just because you look good doesn't mean.
No,
I remember because when it first started, we had Harden Brothers between Boaz and Sardis, Double Bridges, and people would come there and they did one there because it just wasn't known. And they had a guy that was boxing down in Gadsden. He came up and I remember he only used his left hand and he beat one of the guys from around here pretty bad. And they would have their gloves on. It wasn't MMA, but it's kind of boxing with kicking, kickboxing. But you could get on the ground, but nobody did because nobody around here fought. And that dude was just a boxer. He just left-handed him to death. He couldn't get a punch in. It's too quick. But he was a boxing trainer, so and he was the best one at that time. Now you just imagine how much.
What was
better
that they had there? Because I mean, I remember. Was that when you were younger?
Yeah, I was a lot longer.
They used to have like the Tough Man
Tough Man.
competitions
It was a Tough
around
Man.
here. Was it a
It
Tough
was
Man?
Tough Man.
Okay, yeah. Which that was
tough man.
kind of the same thing, but it's
Yeah.
like
You had more rules, and you had the gloves. It was padded.
yeah.
You couldn't just. I mean, they got gloves now, but it's not like those was had a mix between, I guess, MMA and boxing gloves. They wasn't quite as big as boxing gloves, but they took some of the punch out. They didn't have all the cuts and stuff that
Oh
you
yeah.
see now.
Right.
Gosh, it's insane to to watch these UFC fighters how they've changed from the years. Like I was watching something the other day, it just popped up on Facebook, just a video. They were talking about this guy's combination, and he threw like 3 elbows in a row, and I mean, knocked the guy plumb out. Like caught him with this elbow, turned around, caught him with this elbow, and then does an uppercut. I mean, all with the elbow.
Yeah.
And it's like they wasn't doing this back then.
And they know exactly what they're hitting. You're hitting, you know, you look and you're like, I've been in fights. I'm sure y'all been in fights before. If you haven't, you should get in one. But anyway,
Everyone should be at least one fight.
But you know, you're punching, you get hit. But you see those people hit one time, they hit and then knock them out cold. They know exactly where those
Right, yeah.
that pressure point is that'll knock you out. And it's so, I guess it's just so interesting to see that they know and they hit you precisely at that spot. You know, hit the jaw right there and you move it, knock you out. Hit you in the pressure point right here in the temple and knock you out.
And
they hit you there.
It's crazy to see them. They'll just be, and then just stiff. And they'll hop on top of them just.
Yeah, those 3 extra punches. And sure, because they want the guy getting up with the nose busted.
Gosh, absolutely.
That makes you look better if the blood's running down. If they can, they'll bust the eye open. You know.
Man. And then the arena or the little mat, it's white and it just turns red. There's blood everywhere. Yeah. It's all over their backs when they're rolling around in it.
I love the UFC, but the main event, the white tarp is just done. It's just it's stained blue. They got to try to wash it off, and it's nothing.
They know what they're doing.
I know.
They know what they're doing.
But how much does that remind you of the Roman times?
Oh yeah, no, it's been part of human society for a long time. Yeah. People want to see people fight. They want carnage. Yeah. Let's give me some carnage.
I know. They just don't really
kill him.
Kill him.
Look at that. They just ain't quite doing the horse with the spear no more.
Right.
Going back and forth. And even, they're not doing the lines. It's not lines anymore, but it's Conor McGregor. I guess he's the line facing somebody else. Or if it's
facing me. The goat. The sheep. The lion.
Shepherd.
Yeah. Just kill me.
Who's going to follow?
It's not slaves anymore.
No.
They're making a good.
No, they're making some good money now.
Yeah, no.
So.
And you just got, I guess if you do 2 or 3 fights now, especially in boxing, you fight, then you wait a year, and if you're high enough and big enough, you make a couple $5 million a year, win or lose. I think a purse for winning is 15. If you lose 5.
Yeah, but you took a beating to get big enough.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time, it's like 3 big fights and you're done.
But then it's also like one of those things where once you sign a contract, you have to fight so many fights before you can just say, okay, I'm done. Or you have to pay a percentage of that back.
Well, you don't get paid till you get a purse. When you get a contract, you're not getting like NFL money, guaranteed money. You're getting a contract to fight these fights. If you get asked, you can even turn down the fights.
Yeah.
UFC, people say, "Well, I got to back out. I'm injured."
So, how much of a fine do you think it is if you don't meet weight?
Oh, you just lose. And
so you don't think you get fined?
I bet you do, because if you say yes and you sign a contract, you've got to meet these requirements.
Yeah.
Well, even if you don't, you just lost the purse. I mean, may not get fined. You may
see, that's how that that Patty the Batty. That's what he does. Is the day before the fight, he's got a gut, he's fat, and he's got to weigh in, and he'll lose like 30 pounds in a day.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not healthy.
No.
Like, there's no way that's good for you. And he'll lose like 20, 30 pounds in one day. He'll come up there, he's shredded, ripped. They fight the next day, gut. And you're like, what the crap?
Well, the same thing with the weight people when they go do these shows. I mean, Twilly, I mean, he 2 weeks out, he starts cutting water weight. And the day before he does his thing, he comes in there, he's a zombie. He has nothing in him.
Miserable.
He's miserable. Then right after the meet, he's dehydrated. He about passes out. You hear them passing out because they're doing the flexing and stuff. They have nothing in them.
Yeah.
Because they have to get all the veins popping out. Then after he eats 2 pizzas, drinks 2 liters of Coke, he comes out and he's just bloated. And but they have to cut that weight. And they do the same thing weighing in. That weighing in, they'll cut all that weight.
Gotta
that water
make that
weight's
weight
out.
Man, it's insane. Like, you can read some of the stories where people got to meet weight.
Yeah.
And they'll be like in the back running on the treadmill with trash bags on them, or they're on the bicycles and they're just doing whatever in the sauna for hours.
And they're taking that stuff that makes you throw back up.
Yeah.
Miralax makes you get rid of anything inside of you. You're
it's
gone.
crazy.
Yeah.
But there's no way that can be good for you.
but they look pretty healthy when they're fighting though.
Heck yeah, they do.
So they're putting it back in.
How long, like after the weigh-ins fight?
You still got a week.
Yeah,
Right?
something like that.
Okay, so
you
you weigh in, then you got a week to
Yeah,
Get
get
healthy.
fat
because
again.
I think you do like a weigh-in, and I don't remember.
Which is kind of ridiculous.
I've heard where sometimes they do a weigh-in. I've heard of it before, where they'll do a weigh-in, the guy doesn't meet the weight.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm wrong. They'll give him so many hours
to redo it.
to redo it.
Yeah.
But
it can't be healthy. You think that it should be you weigh in and then step up on that mat.
Yeah.
You know.
right,
I mean, I know I'm 200 pounds.
yeah,
I mean, I'm going to fluctuate 10 pounds.
yeah,
But if I'm in 200-pound class, plus or minus 5, I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
You know, but if I had to hit before that, and like you said, shrink down 15, 20 pounds, well, that ain't right. If the guy I'm fighting is legitimately 180 and I'm plummeting back up to my normal 200-pound self.
oh, yeah, yeah.
So,
I mean, because
I guess
once
it's
that
strategy,
weigh-in's
but
in,
it should.
once that weigh-in's in, you can weigh as much as you want after that.
That's right. Yeah, that's that lets you know too that the weigh-ins doesn't mean a whole lot because a lot of them
No.
they fight at 190, they weigh in at 170 or
Right,
195. I mean, both of them are doing it. Just let them. I don't know what you could do. The rules, what they should fight the 190 guys, but the 190 guys are actually 215 guys.
Yeah, I don't know. It just
Yeah,
fluctuates
it's
so much.
crazy.
Got a friend that's a roofer, and he tells me how much his body weight will just fluctuate
I
on
bet.
any given day just from sweat, and it's unreal.
I guarantee next week the heat index is going back up. I'll lose 5 pounds next week.
Next week, yeah.
because my body's just used to that. It'll be easy. I mean,
Right.
Especially if I want to, I'll lose 10 pounds. I want to, but I like eating too, so I don't
Oh,
know.
I love it.
Yeah, I like eating. There ain't nothing wrong with some good food.
No, I gotta get. I feel that.
I don't think my problem's the food. My problem's the snacks. I do like snacking at night, especially now that it's football season.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like a Monday night football game, Sunday night football game, especially on Saturday nights. I like to snack. Now, Tuesday through Friday, I'm okay.
Well, not Friday now because of Friday night football. I called the ball game
That
the
is
other night,
true.
so
But we didn't eat nothing.
I ate Subway. No, I didn't because the game was going so fast the other
Yeah.
night, so I didn't really have. There was no breaks in between. But I texted Amy and said I want 4 hot dogs, but they already sold out.
Oh, well, that's good for you.
It
See, God was looking out for you.
So I came home and ate
Yeah.
sausages,
He
on
loves-
tortillas.
Oh, sausages?
Yeah, the link sausages. I put them on tortillas with
We
cheese.
ate sausages.
Yeah, it's
That's some sausage links.
I wanted hot dogs. I didn't have these. I did the next best thing. I came home and ate breakfast.
he just really wanted some wieners.
We're gonna edit that
If I
out.
can't- if I can't get the big ones.
Craig's, he can't. Yeah, I don't know. Is this rated R? I don't know what we rate this stuff. I know
I
there's
told Amy to give me some
So-
wieners.
some youth. There's some youth.
She couldn't, so I came home and
So I
got
went
some.
home and got my sausages.
I got my own.
Hey guys, I don't know what to do about that. We'll just let them just carry on. The maturity level on this side is highly
Will you let me
improved.
edit
That
this
side-
video?
That side right there
Like,
is.
sausages fly. Right, right.
We'll just edit that side out and I'll just zoom in this way.
Oh man,
Ah,
that's great.
this is our church right here, guys. This is who we got our kids looking up to and breaking the foundation.
You know what happens if you grow up in church for forever? Your sense of humor, you don't get too dirty. It's
right.
like fart and poop and hot dog jokes.
Yeah,
I mean, leave us
about as
alone.
bad as
I'm
it
gonna-
gets.
Grayson Sparks, you got my back on this and comment right here and let's dog these two. Give me
Wow,
something.
wow.
Yeah, she's-
Lily, you got my back.
No, you're not along with the youth guy. They
Yeah,
disowned
but
you.
I told her I'd give her
You
a
know
shout
what?
out.
They ain't gonna comment. Ian, you got my back. Give me a comment.
Ian
bud.
will
Ian
comment.
comment.
He comments
My
every week.
boy right there.
He
Ian
hasn't-
will comment.
He's not one thing. He needs some hairspray.
Get that boy some hairspray.
Yeah.
He's got
right.
hair.
He does. He's got
So-
a head full.
Yeah, he
He
does.
better stick on to it while he can. It's going fast.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Uh,
So it's gonna be gone soon.
I had mine for a good 30 years, 32, and you start wearing hats. You just quit caring. You just put a hat on. Especially when I was at Jacksonville. Man, every morning I got up, I went to the gym, left the gym, walked to class just like a zombie.
Right.
So he thinks the hats that does it.
No, I'm just saying
Oh,
that
okay.
I didn't care what the hair was. It didn't matter. It's
So while you had the hair, you didn't appreciate
I
the
didn't
hair.
appreciate the hair. Maybe that's what it was. You don't appreciate it.
Yeah,
Because,
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
You don't use it, you lose
And now
it.
it's gone.
but at least I can grow a beard.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Joe
What's up with
Durkay.
I wish I knew somebody that couldn't, because I would make fun of them. I just trim.
He grows in all redneck.
I trim
white
because
trash like that.
no, I trim because I don't want one.
It's still the funniest thing when you were growing it out. How long did you do it?
What was it? 6 months?
Yeah, you got talked into it. It was so bad.
That was bad.
Oh
It was
my
so bad.
gosh! It was
And that
all
ass was
underneath
like,
here.
I don't have a beard. I got the mange.
Yeah.
There's a trend on. I've been seeing on like
Gosh.
TikTok some people that are just leaving the neck beard.
Yeah.
Oh no, really?
It's so horrible. Like they're shaving all the way down to here and just letting this grow out.
I could do
It's like-
that.
It's like you
Oh.
look at them like this and they're fine and lift their head up and it's just.
I could do that.
You can do the neck beard challenge.
That's about it.
Oh.
Let's do it. 6 months.
I better not.
You can't do it now.
Hey,
I better not.
By the way, we
You're
got
a
a
real
we got a
finger.
Twitter page now. We do. I don't know. If I sent it to Craig.
Yeah,
Is
you
it-
sent it to me.
So get on there, tweet us back, get some information for us.
So
Talk
how does
to
it
us.
work? Are we just gonna be able to tweet stuff out now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get on there and start tweeting away. And Sterling's doing us a
Tweet,
Facebook
tweet.
page.
Okay.
Send him a picture. Get on there. We
Nice.
can just that way we can talk to people and they can
Yeah.
tell us what they want to see.
Follow me on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
How about that?
Yeah, we all got Instagram. Throw some pictures up there. We'll send them. We'll post some pictures of our fans if you'll let us know you're fans.
Yeah.
We
Come
love
on, Ian.
fans.
We know we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
one.
Hey, we'll throw Ian out this week. We know he's on there every
Ian's,
week.
Ian's good.
Randy Woody, shouted out to him. He's shared our page. Logan Bowman's been sharing it every
Yeah.
week.
Colin
Kittle.
Kittle. Yeah.
Tom Kittle.
Yeah. Who else we got out there? We got Jason Bagwell every week. He watches it right when it comes on because usually it's on Sunday night and he's driving, so
Oh, so he's watching it while he's driving.
he's listening
Now,
to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we do. We can't say
Tommy
nothing.
Cole watches it
I
about
can't say
every
nothing.
week.
Does he?
Yep.
T. Cole?
Because he'll always send me a message and say, "When's the next podcast?"
Does he?
And I'm like, "We're doing it right now."
Okay, good
So,
deal.
Then
That's Justin Averson. Averson
Yeah,
does it.
Averson.
Neil,
Neil. 512.
going good, guys. I love Neil. Mr. 512.
Oh man.
I know there's, and I looked the other day, and there's still like 50% of the people who watch isn't subscribed. That was because that shows them thing. So subscribe, guys.
Subscribe.
Let us know.
Yeah.
And we actually got more subscribers last week, and the views was down. So,
Hey.
and if you don't like the shows, tell us what you want us to talk about. We'll hook
Yeah,
it
comment
up.
what you want us to talk about.
Here's the topic.
Yeah.
What's that?
We'll talk about anything.
Yeah, we do anyway.
Yeah.
So it kind of goes from one topic to another.
Yep. We went from UFC to sausages.
Yeah. Well, that was y'all's fault.
He went to sausages
Yeah, he
a long
did.
time ago.
Yeah. It's
Hey,
true.
and we got another sponsor, Chase Pack, and Stephen Hunt. We're gonna give away a plant. He gave us a plant to
Do
give
you know
away.
what kind of plant it is?
Not yet. He hadn't given it to me. He said he's
Okay.
gonna try to this weekend.
The
I
green
believe.
Nice.
one?
It's supposed to be nice.
Does it
but I don't
come
know.
with its own pot?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Very
and its
cool.
own dirt.
He's watching, so he'll see this part. Then we got shout out to Savannah Seibert. Thank you last week for coming
Yeah.
on with your book. Got the winner, posted it up there. So anyway, that's it.
Sounds
That's
good.
Hey, we're also going to do the live podcast ball game. We're going to do a Cross the Lines ball game. So we're going to do that live Friday night. We'll let you know which night. If you don't want to go to the ball game, you want to know about the ball game, tune in.
We'll be live.
I'll give you all the football information you need.
Exactly. Then we're
And,
going to do,
Geraldine.
I think Geraldine Glencoe, I think is
Yeah.
what we're going to do.
Oh, wow.
We're
Yeah.
not sure what we'll set up yet, but I think it's going to be the Geraldine Glencoe live on a Friday night. We're professional now because I've helped 98.3 twice now. So
Yeah,
shout
you
out
did.
to Wild Country.
You did do
Thank
that.
you, Ryan
Wild
Fricks.
Country.
And Ryan Fricks
Wild country.
is going to be out there too. He's going to join in with us.
Yeah. He knows a lot about
He
Geraldine
does.
football.
So we'll get everybody going and tune in next time. Appreciate it, everybody.
Sounds good.
See ya.